When I think back to my childhood, there is so much joy and love. Despite this, there is a haunting feeling of fear I carried with me into adulthood. My parents did everything they could to help me, but to this day, fear is a major part of my testimony. I won't say I feel qualified to tell you I have all the answers, nor will I promise that you will miraculously be cured of your anxiety by the time you reach the end of this book. What I will say is that I hope I am an encouraging companion to you as we go, a sister who understands your pain and the desire to live a life free of it. As I wrote this book, I prayed for each person who would read it, asking God to make himself known in a special way to those of you who are in bondage to fear. I am also praying for those of you who are reading and wouldn't necessarily say you are fearful. I hope that some of the chapters will inspire you to be honest about parts of your life that you might not have put under the header of fear. I truly believe that every single one of us struggles with some type of fear, whether it's fear of flying or fear of being found out. Maybe you don't worry about dying, but you get sick thinking about the fact that you might fail. Throughout Scripture, we have the opportunity to meet some amazing men and women whose stories remind us that we aren't alone and that our fears and struggles are not unknown to God. I know that for good portions of this book, I saw things I had never seen, and I believe the Lord opened my eyes to verses I had skimmed over many times, never fully grasping the magnitude of what was being offered. I want you to hear my heart on this. I am not going to beat you over the head with a 5-pound Bible and tell you that if you truly love the Lord, you would never fear. I don't think that's realistic. Yes, the Lord desires for you to be free from the bondage of fear, but it isn't reasonable to say you will never have fear again in your life if you are a good Christian. I have had people make me feel this way, probably without even knowing, and it hurt me deeply. I have found so much comfort in the company of amazing men and women scattered from Genesis to Revelation who have given me hope that I don't have to do it alone. More than that, these people from the pages of the Bible have become friends to me over the years. I look to them for advice on how other people have dealt with true human emotions. Some of them failed miserably. Honestly, that kind of takes the pressure off feeling like I might be the first one to simultaneously love God and feel like I'm disappointing Him. Several years ago, I was in a Bible study of amazing women. Each and every one was someone I respected and trusted. One night, a woman in study shared that she was terrified that something bad was going to happen to her. She started crying as she told us about horrific images that had tormented her. As she spoke, I noticed that almost every single person was offering their version of what she had just said. Here we had been meeting for years, and this had never come up. It was like the floodgates opened as a group of women sat side by side and shared things they had carried for decades because they thought nobody would understand. As I recall, there was only one girl who didn't say anything, and I'm pretty sure that was because she feared public speaking. We have a very real enemy who thrives on our silence. He doesn't want us to be in fellowship, sharing our hearts and seeking wisdom on how to live lives that glorify God in spite of the darkness we feel. I can honestly say I'm not sure I have ever felt spiritual battle as keenly as I did when I wrote these words. My prayer, and not just for myself, is that we will emerge as women who can say we trust our God fully and we are devoted to seeking Him in the midst of the fear. As we work our way through different types of fears, I'll introduce you to some familiar and some not so familiar faces in the hopes that you might see a glimpse of yourself. In the past few years, I have had to come face to face with my greatest fears, and while I can't say it hasn't been incredibly hard, I can say this: I believe Him, and I'm still standing. Coming through some of my worst nightmares has given me an opportunity to trust Him in a way I have never needed to, and that solace walks me through the shadows day after day. My prayer is that you will reach the end of this book and you will be reminded that you have a God who is not unaware of anything you fear. He doesn't mock you for it, and you don't get a failing grade because you have moments of doubt. I hope you won't lie in bed wondering if you've been good enough anymore. You won't think your name is going to show up on the naughty list, and you are going to be ridiculed for the gaps in your character. All that to say, my deepest longing is for you to run after tomorrow like there is something waiting there for you, possible through the kind of love that sees past our fear.